Welcome to my review of 75306 Impreal Prob Droid, which is part of the 18 plus line for LEGO Star Wars. It has 683 parts and retails for $59.99 in the UK, or if you're me, $39.99. So this set was released in March of 2021 and is part of the subline for 18 plus. So this set is unique in the sense that there's not too many sets like this. The way I see it, it's kind of like, yeah, the helmet sets, but this is kind of like they're branching out from the helmet sets, like maybe a subdivision of the helmet sets. If we turn the box around to the side, you get another really nice picture of that Prob Droid. You turn it around again, and you get the dimensions for the Prob Droid. I'll zoom in there. Get to focus. There's the dimensions for the Prob Droid, there's the Prob Droid itself. And of course you get some actual in-scene pictures which only really exist on the helmet boxes and UCS style boxes. You don't get that on a normal box. Overall, really cool box. Some people might complain, hey, you don't get some half box art, but so I like it. It's distinctive. Here's your instruction manual, pretty much the same as the box. Has a little QR code, as many of them do. If you open the page, and just like the UCS models, I'm not going to read it, but you can pause and read if you want. You actually get a little bit of information from the designer, which is quite cool. I'm not going to try and say his name because it is Danish, but yeah. It's got some quotes from the movie, as you can see right here, has a movie quote. And it has some information about the set and an actual screenshot from the film. Come here, this is just all kind of building and information and stuff like that. Really good building technique, very unique ones as well. And coming to the end, here is your final model. So thankfully, unlike last week, we can almost fit this one in the filming area, though not perfectly. So this is quite a cool little set. I do love the fact that instead of just giving you a black kind of brick build, well, obviously it's brick build, but instead of just giving you the black plate and stuff for a stand, they instead actually give you some half scenery, which is something I want to see continued. So let's get a little bit into that information plaque. Okay, so here's the information plaque. Viper Prob Droid manufacturer, Backyard Industries, affiliation, Galactic Empire, primary function, exploration, reconnaissance, height 1.6 meters, equipment blaster cannons, long range sensors, self-destruction mechanism, repulsor engine, and manipulator arms. Pretty cool, you get kind of a blueprint type image of the Prob Droid, and of course you get some snow on it, and it works out quite well, and it just sticks back on there. So the next one we're going to look at, and I'm actually going to remove the Prob Droid from the stand so we can't have a look at that. So the way you do that is you simply lift it and it pops right out, because of how the mechanism works. And so here's the stand. It's quite cool. Obviously I love how they've given you half scenery. Really cool build, you know, it's not just a flat white plate either. I mean, they give you a build up area. In here is where you're going to put the actual Prob Droid slides in. It's just a 2x4, sorry, well, my 2x2 brick. No, it might be a 1x2. I always forget the name of those bricks. I would say a 2x2, I think it is. And you know, they kind of build up here with a nice bit of a snowbank and turn it around. And, you know, the odd rock showing here because, you know, it's a snow covered planet. And you get some the back of the plate, and looks really nice, really, works out really well. And I do again love how they put snow on the plate. But overall, really good stand. Okay, so the actual Prob Droid itself is a bit harder to show, to be honest. See, we're going to do it in two sections. We'll do the head, we'll do the middle, and then we'll do the legs, I suppose, 3 sections. So as far as the build actually goes strength-wise, it is kind of fragile, right? It's not the strongest build in the world, but, you know, obviously this is more orientated for the people who want to display it rather than play with it. So we'll start off with the head, which is probably my favourite part of the Prob Droid, is, to be honest. The bits under that, in my opinion, aren't really the best, but let's start with the head. Okay, so here is the head. So the head can spin right round as such. Really cool, got loads of little eyes, and these parts can move, kinda. No, I don't really think you're supposed to. It has lots of little eyes, and it's pretty nice use of these pieces. I do love the way that's been done. It can spin all the way around. You got some antennas on the top right here, which is pretty cool. And on the top next to your antenna, you have a couple of stickers. I should probably mention that this is also a sticker. So this part doesn't rotate, but this is what I would describe as the chest of the Prob Droid, which in itself is quite cool. The technique they've used to get that shape is unusual, at least from what my building experience is, but it is quite cool. So in order to show it, we do have to kind of lift it out the stand and turn it round. So we do that, turn it like this, and parts will inevitably fall off. That's not a bad thing because it allows you to kind of see the technique of how this was built. Again, I'm not going to cut that out because I want the Lego set, if it falls apart repeatedly on the review, that's okay. I want you guys to... There we go. 1 second. So, right here is another one of those stickers I was talking about. Some of the panels do have little bits of greebling on them, which is quite cool. And this part has a little gun on it. So, we take it out again, turn it around again. You'll come and move. See, we've got one of those panels, it's a bit different. Then we have another sticker panel, which is also quite cool. And if we turn it around once again, we are back where we started. No? So yeah, pretty cool, the chest area. Let's head down to the bottom half. So the bottom half of the Prob Droid is probably the more fragile part. So the whole system that holds it up is these clear pieces, and they have a Technic rod that runs right through them, and that allows it to stand up. You have plenty of little arm pieces that are connected. Now they are extremely fragile. They're just connected by Technic pins. You got these two, which is like, they look like little hands, these parts. You got another one over here, and you got this one that kind of folds out. It's got kind of an ice pick, kind of a drill on it. Coming out to the back, you get another one of these big arms, and some of them have little gear pieces on them as well. Kind of just to show that extra little bit of detail in the model, which I'm all for. We've got this again, this smaller one, which has a bit more articulation to it, and see, it can fall off. Then we have this one over here, which is okay, and it can fold up, and this is the one for the ice pick, but I thought I'd show it back. But yeah, these arms are quite something, aren't they? Let's head on to the end of the review. Okay, so that's been my review of the Impreal Prob Droid 18 Plus set. So the first 18 Plus set I've actually bought, because I don't own any other ones, and I've actually not bought any helmet series, but I quite like this. And this opens up the door for more things like this. Obviously, this is not UCS scale. At least I wouldn't call it UCS scale. Because a Prob Droid, I'd say is almost as big as a person in Lego Star Wars, so this definitely is not UCS style. Not that this would, come in a normal UCS style anyway. But yeah. So the one problem I see people complaining about is there's not a minifigure in this set, which isn't the biggest problem, because I don't have it personally, but if you do, you take the minifigure, the Prob Droid from the 2022, so the brand new set of ATST, you can put that Prob Droid there, and it's in the correct colour as well. I think it's the first minifig scale one in grey, so you've got that going for you. See, you could do other things. You could do that little rabbit kind of droid, or they call it an LAP servant droid, I think is the correct name. Like that scene from the Book of Boba Fett, you could do one of those little droids. You could, I don't know, you could do a gonk droid. If they were talking, do one of the gonk droids. Like literally, that's my main idea for Lego. Do one of those. But Anyway, I give this set, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. See, it has the look, it does, it's a brilliant, the 2 point is how flimsy these things are. Like, I get display model, but they're overly flimsy, they come apart a bit too much. And my ninth part, maybe be that minifigure would have been cool to get a grey one included in this set. Because you know, all the other sets like this, you know, that are big versions of characters, like the R2D2, the BB-8, the DO, all of those had a minifigure, so it's kind of a shame this one didn't have a minifigure. But anyway, this has been this week's review. I don't know what's happening on Friday, if you're getting a video or not, but if you are getting a video, though this is not promised, you'll get the return of Figure Friday. Anywho, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Let's hope this video does well. The last week one went crazy, so peace out.